Happy holidays officially, everybody. I feel like I should be wearing a Santa hat or something. It's Podcast Unlocked, the world's #1 Xbox podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Destin Legary.
You did your like radio announcer voice.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Coming at you. It's episode 223 for December 2nd. December.
It's terrifying.
Where did 2015
Yeah.
go? 2015
Gone.
was like this thing that was finally starting, and it's like, oh, 2015 is the future because that's what the movies told us in the 80s.
Specifically, one movie.
Right. But yeah, and now like 2015 is pretty much over.
Yeah.
That is
It's a bummer.
weird.
Time flies, man. I still feel like we just got out of E3.
I know.
Like we had our first E3 meeting the other day.
Don't
and
start
that's
with that.
terrifying.
We did?
Don't start with
Yeah.
that, Sean.
I wasn't
Finnegan.
invited. That's cool.
Good to see you, by the way. Oh, you don't.
No, I don't want.
You don't want.
Honestly,
yeah.
I want to
We
be
did you a
there like
favor.
1 month before.
We did
Like,
you a
all right,
favor.
that's what I'm
Was the
assigned. See ya.
personification of a panic attack.
Marty Sleva, how are you?
I am doing super well. I am terrified that it is almost 2016, and I
Yeah.
don't know what's happening with my life.
How was your Thanksgiving break?
It was lovely. It was beautiful. San Francisco is gorgeous this time of year. The city was empty.
Yes.
It felt like a post-apocalyptic movie.
You went outside?
We should have shot.
I went outside.
Yeah.
I went to a whole outside. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Outdoor bar.
Yeah.
Zeitgeist. Yeah, that's true.
Shark, what'd you get up to this long holiday weekend?
Went and saw a lot of movies. Went and saw Creed.
Everybody's saying that's really
Creed's good. Creed's
Yeah.
legit good.
Against all odds, this
Yeah, I
sort of
mean-
weird continuation spin-off thing. of-
Yeah, so that was the thing is like when I first saw the trailer, I was like, okay, a boxing movie. I can get on board with boxing movies, right? Like they're pretty good sometimes. And I like Michael B. Jordan. He's great in Fruitvale. And then all of a sudden Stallone comes out. I'm like, wait a second. Is this? And then
You
it's like
didn't know?
Creed. No, I didn't know. The first trailer played it off like it wasn't a Rocky movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of a reveal that Stallone was in it, and that it is a Rocky movie, and that it's Creed, and
Spoilers.
that it's,
It's good.
it's
So
called
good.
Creed. Come
Yeah.
on. But yeah, saw that. It was really cool. So spent some time with my family, saw movies. It was nice, relaxing, and a couple days off from work really did a huge amount for my mindset.
Yeah.
So it was cool.
Destin, did you
I
do
went-
anything fun?
I went to Disneyland.
That's literally the most fun thing you could possibly do.
Happiest
It
place
was
in the world.
It was
Fine, you
really,
win.
really fun. It was really fun. Awesome day. Hit like 13 rides. Did Hyperspace Mountain.
Was there nobody there if you hit 13 rides?
No, I just got super lucky. Like everything I went to, it's like
No one was
Go
there.
to the no, dude. It was one of the busiest days of the year. The park was packed, but like Splash Mountain like broke down, and then when I walked up to it, I went in single rider, and they're like, just go ahead. So I went
Nice.
right to the front of the line and went front of the line at Matterhorn.
So you got that.
Yeah.
Wait,
like
didn't
really.
you go with your girlfriend though? Why did you go
I was
single?
gonna say, he got
Well,
the really sad picture by himself
Yeah.
with like some other.
She didn't want to
family.
do Splash Mountain, and for Matterhorn we just did single rider because we didn't want to wait. Like it was like a 75-minute wait for Matterhorn. I'm like, you just want to do single rider? So we just did single rider, and it was fine. Yeah.
Strong call.
Hmm?
That place is great. I mean, I was just there over the summer. What's your favorite thing at Disneyland?
Teacups.
I really like Splash Mountain. I did the Toontown ride this year.
You actually went into Toontown.
Yeah,
I'm impressed.
It was really neat. I never actually went
See,
back there.
I find Toontown to be completely uninteresting, and I
Really?
know it's not meant for me, but
Aren't they clearing out Toontown?
they are.
Yeah,
They're
they
gonna
are,
burn it
so-
to the ground for
Yeah.
Star Wars Land.
yeah, right.
Salt the earth.
They're gonna just douse it in gasoline and just drop a match on it from a helicopter.
Star Tours is really cool.
Yeah.
Like just how they present that. I saw it before it was Star Wars and after it was Star Wars. So it's really neat to kind of see how they implemented the characters.
Yeah.
And then I really liked. Well, Star Tours wasn't always Star Wars, right?
No, it's always
no,
Star
it's
Wars.
always been Star Tours, but
Oh, okay.
you're referring to they sort of redid it with
recently for the new movies.
yeah.
We
Yeah.
actually got one of the new movie things with the crash ship
BB-8
and
or-
everything. And like Vader shows up, he grabs the ship.
Nice.
But then we went to one of the new locations, and that was pretty fun.
I haven't been to Disneyland since I was like 8 years old. Is there a lot of Marvel integration there?
Not
There's a
yet.
Marvel like museum where you can see all the Iron Man like costumes, sort of like behind plastic, and that's on the second floor. And then the bottom floor was all Star Wars, for the new movie. Like
Is
a
that
mini-
in where the Michael Jackson EO theater thing was next
Yeah.
to Space Mountain?
Captain EO.
Yeah,
Captain
yeah.
EO. That's
That's not there anymore, I don't think.
No, the
Yeah.
Marvel thing's weird because Universal Studios still has Islands of Adventure, which is a bunch
right.
of Marvel
in
stuff.
Florida.
Yeah,
Never been there.
Yeah.
very fun
What?
weekend.
Yeah.
Marvel things has Universal made.
No, nothing.
No, it's just-
it was
it's
just
a-
a part of the. It was just a part of the park, and it was all
Probably
comic based. It was
licensing.
like none of it was movie
Weird.
based.
Yeah,
It was-
isn't there like some really supposedly super cool Spider-Man ride?
yeah. There's like a
out there?
4D Spider-Man ride. There's a really good Hulk roller coaster. Yeah.
Weird. I mean, normally, I was just under the impression that Universal Studios is one of those theme parks that like integrates the properties that it's done because they have like a Back to the Future.
Well, they
ride
typically
and stuff.
always had, but this was back
They
when
do random stuff, like they have the Harry Potter thing, which Universal doesn't know.
So I think my favorite ride is actually in Japan, the Journey to the Center of the Earth. That one's really, really good.
Mitch said that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, it's really fun.
In Tokyo Disney, that's really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So you played no video games, all Disneyland.
Oh, I
No,
played a lot
I
of
didn't
video games,
actually.
too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've
envious.
been I played a lot of Fallout, but it's so difficult to pull myself away from Destiny. Like, I find this, I actually want to write a feature.
Are
about
you
how
not playing
Destiny-
Halo anymore?
I'm still playing Halo, but the problem is like I cannot solo queue. Like I'm at that point where I'm now Onyx in SWAT and in Slayer, and if I solo queue, I will just get wrecked.
You'll get rolled by a team?
Yeah, I'll get rolled by a team.
Yeah.
And I don't chat with like if I don't know you, I'm not gonna like pull out my mic and I'm not gonna like talk to you really. Like you need to play with
Good
people that
philosophy
you
for
know.
life.
Yeah, well, it's just like, I like
to strangers.
Well, because I don't want to put on my headset and like switch all my controls and stuff. I'd rather just like chill out and like listen to
What
whatever.
about
I gotta
Freefall,
put a thing
Slayer?
on
You don't
and-
just jump
I
in
don't.
there. and
I
get
am not
in.
even ranked in it.
No?
I'm like I only play Halo right now for competitive multiplayer.
Yeah.
SWAT's
like,
really
I
cool.
try.
But it's one
I'm a
of the
try
arena,
hard.
it's
I'm a
one
try
of the
hard.
arena lists.
No, I know, but I mean like I only play Slayer and SWAT.
Okay.
Like I mean if
SWAT's
I
really good though.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
So
it's
good.
my favorite mode.
and if I'm
so
playing
good.
with some randoms or some people who are like they like to play but they're not that good, I'm like big team battle. Let's do that.
I was going to
So-
say, what about Big Team
Yeah,
Battle?
I've been
You and
playing
I
a
were
lot of
having-
that too.
Yeah.
And that one's where I'm not, I think I'm platinum 4 in that, so I'm not even like that.
Oh.
We're among royalty.
So that's
I like
like
it. Just, I think I've been platinum 4 on that. Just like
I don't
super
remember.
Matter
Like,
of factly.
like I don't remember exactly where I am in the rankings for
That's
all these
awesome.
things because I'm always like fluctuating, especially in the platinum and diamond ranks where you're kind of always going up and down. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Halo, but I want to write something for IGN or make a video about how like Destiny is just this all-consuming thing for better and worse. Like I want to
was-
play a lot more Fallout. but
Eurogamer beat you to it. They actually, I think it was Eurogamer
Yeah.
had a column about that, about how like it's
yeah.
You keep coming back to it.
about how he loves Halo, but I forget the name of the writer, but who it's sort of Destiny's keeping him.
Yeah.
Like it's sort of
It's great.
ruined
It
Halo, not
honestly-
ruined Halo for him, but he's playing Destiny instead of Halo.
Yeah, like I think there's space for both. I don't
Absolutely.
think one's gonna
Better.
push out the other. But I mean, there's something to be said for what Destiny does that Halo doesn't do.
I still pop into Destiny like once a day. I play the multiplayer match for my marks. That's like the in-game
You
currency.
do the dailies, yeah.
Yeah, I just do that one just because I'm waiting for the next Iron Banner and trying to get a complete set.
Yeah. For me, it's just like I'm still I think you have most of the exotics by now. I'm still missing a few. So for me, there's still like stuff I should be doing, in order to continue my progression.
Yeah, I'm trying to chip away at Fallout, and it's just like I kind of got to the point where I said I need to move the story along, or else I'm never
Yeah.
going to get anywhere with this
Yeah.
game. Not that that's a bad thing, because you can have fun doing nothing, doing
Yeah.
just side stuff.
I still
but-
haven't done the first part of the main quest.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you have
finally-
to go to Diamond City, and I haven't
you
even
haven't
gone
done
there
that
yet.
yet.
It
That's
took
funny.
me it took me many hours to get there. But I'm about, I think, 18 or so.
Yeah, I'm
in
20
right
hours
now,
through it. I haven't done that yet.
And I just got Nick Valentine. Put it that way.
Oh,
Like,
I like him.
just met him, and he's great.
Yeah.
He's fantastic. I think he's my new buddy.
Yeah.
I sent dog meat home, and I sent
Preston
Cadsworth.
Garvey. Oh.
Cadsworth,
home.
yeah.
But yeah, I've been spending my time. Actually, I slept most of Thanksgiving.
that's real.
I got so much sleep, and I could tell it was just one, because I'm old. It's just like, okay, we have to stop and reset. But it's like catching up for the last God knows how long of just the usual 6 hour kind of got to be up late doing this or that, and
Yeah, burning the
boy, I
candle at
did
both ends.
nothing. It was great, other than some Fallout.
Gaming wise, I've been jumping between. I'm playing Rainbow now.
Yeah.
Popping into Tomb Raider once in a while. Still playing Fallout. I'll do like a story mission of Fallout,
You gotta
then
just
take a break.
Focus
you
on
know.
Tomb Raider, play through
Yeah,
it,
did
and
you
you
beat
will
it?
love it.
Did you beat it yet?
No, I didn't. I got.
Where are you?
So some crazy dude just like bludgeoned out another guy's eyes.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
like-
you have a ways to go.
yeah. I'm pretty early
Yeah.
yet. Like I'm kind of discovering all the characters still.
Yeah.
That game is so good.
And, yeah.
That's what I played this weekend. And
That's
I'm
my-
Are you done yet?
That's
No,
why.
I'm taking I'm being very completionist. I'm in the
Yep.
geothermal. I just did the Lord of the Rings thing where I had to light the different.
Okay, so that's
lighthouses.
like kind of the beginning of the geothermal
Yeah.
valley, and the geothermal valley is huge,
Huge.
and
Oh, yeah.
takes. Yeah, so you're a good bit of the way along, but you've got plenty left to do.
I'm not sure if I'm like.
you-
Part of me wants to just like I'm taking my time with him. Part of me just wants to be like, well, let's just finish the story and
I
move on to
totally
something
get
else.
that.
But I'm loving it.
Are you doing all the optional tombs?
Yes, I think I've done everything up to this point,
Yeah.
which is why I'm looking at it. I'm like, maybe I should just finish the game and then play something else because I still have a giant backlog.
There is that mentality here, like at a place like IGN, where everyone's talking about games or working on features that are about games all the time. Where it's like
You need to play a little of
you
everything.
have to keep playing, or you just have to keep moving. Like I feel that pressure. Like everyone has said Tomb Raider is really, really good, and I'm like, well, I have to play that now, so I have to get through Fallout, which means I
Yeah.
have to finish what I'm doing on Destiny, which means I have to finish Halo. And it's just like, I don't know, it feels like it piles up real
And we're
quick.
getting to that like game of the year point where we have our nominations locked down, and it's
Oh.
like I've played 7 of them. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
so that's
I
the other
need
thing.
to
Gotta
inform
keep-
myself on.
yeah.
I
the
still haven't
rest of
played
the
Just Cause, and it's supposed to be really good on PC. You know, and I need to check that out.
But I felt that, like video guys don't normally participate in Game of the Year discussions, but this year I was asked to because I guess editorially I've been a little bit more involved over the past 2 years, which is cool. I like that. But I looked at the list for all of these things and I was like, I've played 2 of these games. Like I can't weigh in. I haven't played most
Yeah.
of them, so
Yeah,
I feel bad.
I've other than some Fallout, then I went head first into Rainbow Six, which you mentioned a minute ago.
Yeah, we played a bunch
That's the-
last night. Separately,
Yeah,
but...
separately,
yeah.
unfortunately. But yeah, it's my final review may be up by the time you hear this. I've got the review in progress up now. What do you think of it, Destin? I'm curious because this is a game to set it up, to remind people that came out of nowhere as a surprise announcement at E3 the year before. Last one. So 2 E3s ago. Won our Best of E3
Yeah.
award. We loved it. It was playable. It was a vertical slice that was playable. It was the house map. It was incredible. And now here we are at the end of the line, and it's the same core game, but there are some, sort of wrappings, the way it's wrapped and the way it doesn't quite look the same as that vertical slice did. What are you thinking of it as you're actually playing it?
So I'll start with critiques.
Yeah.
Right away, it looks really bad on all platforms. Like I captured for the graphics comparison, PC doesn't look great, PS4 and Xbox One, just graphically, the actual in-game portion looks a little rough,
I don't know if I'd quite go with bad, but I agree that's, first of all, it's, you and I were talking about this, Marty, with Ubisoft and the falling victim to the vertical slice thing.
Yeah.
The way they, with
the house.
with
Watch
Watch
Dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it definitely does not look anywhere near what that original thing we played did, nor that I think just even outside of that, it's like you look at it and it's like you wouldn't go, oh, that's a good looking game.
is look all that important though?
No, not
Well-
when you're playing. I mean, it helps. I mean, look
Oh, yeah,
look
sure,
at
sure.
Battlefront. I
Yeah.
mean, part of what makes Battlefront so appealing, despite the fact that it is kind of bare bones, I think we can all generally agree on that, is its presentation is incredible.
When Mitch was
Yeah.
playing it for the review, like everyone would just gather around his TV and just
Yeah.
watch him. Like, oh man,
Battlefront does look really good. I guess the point I was driving
Battlefront
at
looks
is that
beautiful.
like
Well-
it kind of sets itself up as a competitive multiplayer shooter,
Right.
and that's
Yeah,
it.
that's
and
why
for
I was
me personally,
yeah.
like it's like look
no,
in
you-
those games doesn't really matter.
You're
It's
coming
how
from
it
the
plays.
Counter-Strike angle,
Yeah,
where
like-
it's this 15-year-old game,
Yeah,
and
look
it's
Counter-Strike looks so. I mean, Global Offensive actually is markedly better than the previous
Right.
iterations. But yeah, if you look at 1.6, that was a game that was hugely popular until like 2011.
But I mean, of
and it
course,
looked so
gameplay is
bad.
always king. But for a series that's been gone for 7 years and had always had this really high bar of not only gameplay quality but technical quality as well. I mean, the two
Vegas,
Vegas
yeah.
games were
Yeah.
gorgeous at the time.
Yeah, so I was beginning with critiques, and I haven't gotten to gameplay yet. But yeah, visually, it's not impressive. Like, the textures are pretty bare bones.
Yeah.
It's just like concrete. There's no like scuff marks or anything. It's just concrete, repeated textures, kind of all over.
It's muddy, I would say.
Yeah.
The texture work.
Yeah, and then you get into gameplay though, and the reason those textures are downscaled is because you're blowing everything up, and there's so much destructibility involved with Rainbow. The gameplay is pretty solid. Control-wise, I have some issue with leaning. Like it doesn't work.
It's weird.
It doesn't work. Like I clicked the thumbstick a few times, and finally he leans.
Just the
You know.
lean mechanic is a little strange on Xbox.
Yeah.
And same on PS4 is with a gamepad where you have to be aiming down your sights, which because
Yeah.
you wouldn't probably would lean otherwise. So you hold that button down, which is left trigger, and then it's click in the left stick to lean left,
And the right.
and click in the right stick. The thing I don't like is
it's
you were
really-
talking to me about how it can be kind of unresponsive.
Yeah.
which is true. But the thing I actually don't like more is if you if you then click the lean the other way, it doesn't go the other way. You have to unlean out of that to go. Then it's just
It will,
it's a
but you got to hit it
strange-
3 times.
It's a strange setup.
Yeah,
with the lean. And leaning's super important because you have to keep as much of your fragile husk behind cover at all times as possible. Otherwise, you are going to get shot and killed.
Yeah, and then playing through some of the sniper classes, it's really sensitive when you're aiming. Like if you just tap the thumbstick, it'll jump past the head target because you're trying to hit such a precise thing. And maybe that's just because I'm bad at aiming, but I found it to be very sensitive, so I turned it down to 2.
Okay.
But then I can't, and it's fine. But then I can't turn around fast enough. So there wasn't a happy medium there with the controls for me.
I can kind
think
of
that's
see
a
where you're coming
personal
from a
thing.
little bit, but
I vaguely remember Alfredo tweeting about how you can independently adjust sensitivity for when you're scoped. Is that true?
Oh, I have to look
I'd
into
have
that.
to double check that.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure he was talking about Rainbow, and I maybe have to go source.
I know
that
he's been
tweet.
playing it.
Yeah, he's been playing it a lot, but so I've been seeing his tweets kind of just pop up in my timeline. I think he did say something about that, and I think that's a cool feature because
That would make sense.
Yeah, that was the problem I had in Halo. Is my sprinting around, looking around at stuff sensitivity was too high for when I was aiming.
Yeah.
And the ability to kind of separate those two into different categories and independently adjust the sensitivity would be really awesome.
I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, check and
So
see
what do
if
you
it's
like
the
about
case.
it, Destin?
So, all those critiques aside, I played until 1 o'clock last night. It has doing situations. I'm trying to unlock reps so that I can unlock operators.
The renowned,
Renowned,
is the
sorry.
in-game experience points, basically the in-game currency.
Yeah, and
Stupid
the
name for a currency.
and the situations have a 3-star system a la Angry Birds.
Right.
And I found myself fixated on I want to get those 3 stars. I want to survive with 50 health and get 2 grenade kills and get 2 kills while leaning, which is why Sean saw me walking around leaning all the time. It's because I got to get those 2 kills and then I can play normal.
I thought it was broken. I looked over for
Yeah.
a whole minute. You were walking around leaning.
Yeah.
It was funny.
It was really, really fun doing that and kind of unlocking what's next. And when you unlock the operators, you get this really cool intro cinematic. I've been capturing
each
them all.
one, yeah.
For each one.
I already
and,
captured them all.
Oh, okay, good to know. Yeah, it's really, really fun. I like that a lot.
Yeah, I see what you mean there. It's my strategy with the situations, which are it's a single player campaign that's not a single player campaign. They're single player training scenarios basically with that 3-star rating system. I found that because you'll get a renowned boost if you do it on higher difficulty levels. But I found that just
Normal's hard enough for me.
well, I found that it wasn't worth the increased amount you'd get wasn't worth the fact that it would take so much longer because you die and have to restart
it's
it.
one shot, you're dead, right?
Unrealistic, yeah. But so I was doing them on normal and then just trying to get 3 stars, just breeze through them as quick as I can, get the stars. And when I finished all 10, and I think I missed 2 or 3 stars total. I got most of them because it's 30 stars. I probably got 27. That gave me enough renown to unlock, I believe, 5 or 6 of the operators.
I unlocked
of the 20 operators.
Just doing 3 stars on all the situations gave me enough renown to get about half of them. But that took a long time. That took a whole day.
I don't think it's half.
I got about half. So I did that. I did your little trick where you watch the tutorial videos.
Yeah.
And, I failed a bunch. So you're still getting renown even
That's
though you're
true, which I
failing.
like that.
So, yeah, I'd restart scenarios a lot. But, yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of I'm having trouble figuring out just how to process the fact that literally everything in that game is locked down.
Yeah.
Everything.
You have to plan out which operators you decide to unlock.
Well, and the problem
you have to be
is
strategic about it.
Yeah, the weird thing is, so they're split into 5 teams. So there's the United States, the SWAT team. There's 4. There's 4 in each group. 5 groups, 4 in each group. And the first person you unlock, and you can unlock any one in the group for 500 renown points. Then if you want to unlock a second person from that group, it's 1,000 points. Then a third person is 1,500, and a fourth person is 2,000. So I was just getting as many as I could. So I was doing all, one from each group, then two from each group.
Yeah.
And now I'm working on a third from each group.
Best to worst. That's how you do it.
Yeah, and it's just like
I don't like Twitch, so he'll be like the last guy on lock.
I'm not a game designer, so this is going to come off sounding bad. I just want to preface that. Like, I don't actually know what's...
Armchair game design activate.
But why? Because they kind of more or less try to force you to do all 10 of those single-player situation training things.
Yeah, which I enjoy, actually. I think
they
they're
were
fun.
all right. I would have preferred that they had AI teammates to really simulate the experience of playing the multiplayer game, but it's just you. Which I'm sure is way easier for them, but kind of would have been. It doesn't simulate the team experience. But anyway, each one of those 10 features a different operator, so it ends up spotlighting 10 of the 20 operators. Why can't each of those operators just unlock when you finish? When you finish that mission, then
that would have been smart.
Then if you play all 10 of them. Boom, you've got half of the operators.
Yeah.
Then we'll play the renown experience point unlockable game to try and work on unlocking the other 10.
I like that a lot.
But it's
actually.
like we make the comparison to League of Legends or Dota, where it's the game you do pay to unlock all those other characters, but you get a
Can you literally pay to unlock them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, go into the shop. It's the fourth tab at the top between play operators. Live, which is like the community, and the store.
Yeah.
And you can buy experience points in huge batches and then just buy the guys, basically. Yeah. So and it's like you already paid $60 for the game. So it's a strange balance for me. And it feels kind of like it's been arbitrarily gated off in an effort to just either keep you playing the game longer, like to just force you to grind through and spend more time with it, and/or to make more money.
Yeah, gameplay is pretty fun though.
It's sure that's
through
the
and through.
thing.
It keeps you coming back
When you're in there playing. It's so much fun. It's really not like anything else.
Yeah,
that's what I love about it. It's because there is that what is it, Marty? That sort of science fact in the pro gaming circles of when you past the age of 25, you are like physically your response time is not as good on a controller.
It drops dramatically.
I feel like Rainbow Six is
These
very
old
much
fingers.
it is more of a chess game because it's about using the gadgets and deploying things and sort of using the environment in both figurative and literal ways that where you can have some success without just being, like Halo or Call of Duty, where it's just the Twitch response.
Yeah, it's less reflexive and more strategic. I don't want. Yeah,
Is that a real thing? Is that a real thing that happens when you get older?
I
mean, everyone's reaction.
You definitely your reaction time and snap sort of reflexes definitely decline, but it's not just that. Like you often don't see pro gamers of any sort of game past like 28 or 30. Like we just had
see a ton of them who are like teenagers.
Yeah, we just had this we just ran this article about Flash, this South Korean StarCraft player who is a legend. Like a legend. He's 23 and he retired. And people were like,
he retired.
He retired, yeah. And
he's
he
got $1 billion.
A lot of people were like, how can you call someone a legend? He's 23 years old. Like he's barely even, I'm like, because in competitive games, that's like you're old at 23.
Yeah.
He started when he was 12. He won his first championship when he was like 13.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys watch StarCraft. I watch a huge amount of StarCraft, and this guy is like, he's the Michael Jordan of esports. Very, very successful guy.
The Michael B. Jordan of esports.
Yeah. But your skills
Creed of
decline,
esports.
and your only advantage is, like you said, you playing smarter, using better tactics.
Yeah.
I'd be really interested in writing an article about actually studying that. Like if that's an actual thing that happens as you age, that your response time slows dramatically, and how it has an impact on competitive sports. We should talk to Kevin Naki about that.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I'm sure studies out there exist that can point at some similarities with competitive gaming. But in actual sports, physical sports, like there's very much a prime, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, because they destroy their bodies.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, eventually your mind, when you're young, your brain, the way your neurons are connected it's much more elastic. That's why young people learn things a lot faster, and that's why I'd say it's much harder for older people to learn a language.
Sorry, what was your name again?
But I mean, yeah, I think those studies out there that'll
cool.
kind of indicate that.
So yeah, I mean, and matchmaking has been a little bumpy on Xbox. As far as back to wrap up Rainbow Six, I'm gonna spend some time with PS4 today, and then hopefully get my final.
It takes forever for me to log in, and then it says
It's
you're not
weird.
connected.
Yeah.
So then I just do
It
simulations.
can be a little weird, but
yeah.
and then some of the I like Terrorist Hunt a lot. It's kind of a lot more casual. Like you can jump in with randoms, and if one or two of you have a mic, one or two other people have a mic, you can coordinate, and you're just mowing down AI dudes and kind of having a nice, fun, casual time. And then, but a lot of the PvP modes they actually all feel too similar to me.
Oh, really?
They all feel just like a small variation of each other. Like, well, okay, one team's here trying to keep you out. Go there. Whether
Yeah.
it's a hostage, whether it's a bomb, whether it's a whatever it is.
It ends up being just kill each other. And not
Yeah,
sometimes you can get the hostage and get out and not kill everybody, but I mean,
I have
it's easier to just make sure all your threats are
You
eliminated.
just wipe them out, and
Yeah.
the hostage never actually gets rescued.
Yeah.
It's very strange.
How are
but
the maps?
I like the maps a lot. I mean, I've
Varied enough?
I think so.
Yeah, playing through the situations, the maps are cool.
Yeah.
Like there's some like Christmas themed ones. like
The Russian house or whatever.
yeah,
it is.
that one was really fun.
That's really good.
Like there's
I mean,
definitely
plane is great.
distinguishable, yeah, memorable locations.
Yeah, I
plane,
do-
house, Christmas level.
I do like the maps, and all for all this weird monetization stuff, all the maps are going to be free for the game, so that's
cool.
good news. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm still kind of boiling down my final verdict, but it may be up by the time you read this, or Thursday is the goal for if you're actually catching the show quickly on Wednesday. But I like it. I like when I'm playing it, I love it. But then when I'm not playing it and I'm having to do other things like in the the menus,
Oh,
and
yeah.
all the nope, that's locked.
Unlocking
That's
and-
locked.
yeah.
Like, oh, okay. So can I just play?
Yes, I feel like
Playing's fun.
the game is slightly a victim to the fact that it is existing in a Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefront, Destiny world.
Yeah.
Like it's tough to sort of carve your own spot in that.
And this
environment.
does on paper. I mean, it totally does.
Like if it was like Rainbow Six Vegas 3, I mean, that would have been great. You would have had your. It just doesn't have a campaign, and I think that's the big
that's
bummer.
part of it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
The fact that you and I were talking about this before we went on. There is and I touch on this in the review in progress too, which will be also in the final review. There is a sort of unlockable secret Easter egg thing
Yeah.
after. It's not like it's super hidden, but after you finish all 10 of those single player
There's an 11th
situation
mission.
training things, there's an 11th one that's is not a single player thing. It's a terrorist hunt scenario. You have to have 5 players
Yeah.
to go
Zelda
into
Master
it.
Quest.
But it's really awesome. It's probably the best thing in the game in the sense of it has its own CG cutscene.
Oh, yeah.
With Angela Bassett narrating that sets it up. And then the actual mission is a fun terrorist hunt mission with a really unique gameplay hook that I guess I won't spoil in case
Yeah,
anybody.
that's fine.
But the actual gameplay hook and what's different about that scenario while you're playing it is interesting.
Are you a dog? Is that the hook?
Yeah. Don't want to ruin
Don't
it.
want to spoil it.
Yeah.
Thanks, though, Marty, for spoiling it. No, and then there's an outro cutscene too. So it's like this little slice of what
could have
what the
been. Yeah.
single player campaign could have been, and it's if there'd been
Remember when Rainbow
4 to-
games were like this?
Yeah.
if there'd been 4 to 6 hours of that, however many missions that would have
Yeah.
been,
Yeah.
8, 9, 10 missions, it really would have gone a long way for me to adding to the sort of fun factor and value and just sort of feeling of completion. 'Cause, a lot of people online are sort of saying, oh, it's like you're only getting half a game because it's multiplayer only. Like, I wouldn't quite go that far, but
Yeah.
for $60, I would say maybe it feels more like
Feels 40.
2/3 or 3/4 of a game.
Feels like a $40 game to me.
You're not unreasonable to suggest that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see more of that going around. Just because I am on your side. I wouldn't go as far as to say, like, if something's multiplayer only, then you're only getting half a game. Because
Not
there's
at
a
all.
bunch of great games out there that are multiplayer only. I all the time reference Counter-Strike.
And how much is Counter-Strike? 15?
Yeah, most people buy it for
hasn't
like $2 during the Steam sale. 'cause
Even
it's
when it was
always on
new,
It was 40.
it was
No,
what-
20.
It was
20, sorry.
It was a
Yeah.
$20
Offensive
game
was
new,
a 20,
right?
Yeah, $20 game. And I mean, that's well worth the price. I've put in
course.
like maybe, I don't know.
Thousands?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, yeah, it's 2,500 hours in CSGO and, I don't know, 50,000 hours in 1.6.
Marty's like, get me out of here.
50,000 hours?
No.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
No, that's not 50,000 hours.
I got to do the math on that.
That's
Hang
like
on.
months. That can't
Yeah,
be
he
right.
played that one a lot.
No,
No,
I played.
50,000.
I played-
You play competitively, right?
Divided
Was that the
by
one you
24.
did?
I'm doing it. Hold on.
Yeah,
I'm doing it.
I played pro Counter-Strike when I grew up. And then I also
That's
played World of-
2,083 days,
That's not.
Oh, 2,000 days?
which
That's
is
maybe a lot.
5.7 years. Like
Okay,
literally
so
24/7.
50,000 may be a little bit of an exaggeration.
And you're like 20.
Let me walk that back. I played 300 days of World of Warcraft, and I would venture a guess that I played that much, if not a little bit more, Counter-Strike.
What?
Yeah.
I play those games a lot, man.
Surprise, he likes Destiny. It's a shooter and an MMO
Yeah,
in one package.
In one package.
Yeah.
I'm a filthy casual.
Oh man. So yeah, boy, that was a really long Rainbow Six discussion. That was the long form of the review. Although I didn't even cover
Yeah.
everything that's even in the review. But that's kind of where I am now as I get ready to finish the review. But yeah, I wish there were a way for people to just try Rainbow Six for free or really super easily.
Oh, yeah.
But it is so much fun. It's really, really a blast to play, and it has been from the moment we first played it at E3 a year and a half ago.
I think that one's going to go on sale pretty quick.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It could happen.
I have to derail the conversation here because
Well,
I
we're
can't
done
be the
with
only
Rainbow
one.
anyway.
No, not that. Yeah, but okay. So I told you how much time I've spent in a game. What is the most time you've ever spent in a game? And how much do you think it was? What game and how much do you think it was?
I don't know if I've ever put 100 hours
So
into a game.
Really?
I
Any
couldn't-
game?
I couldn't measure it, but for me, it's easily Halo 2 because I played multiplayer for between 1 and 4 hours every night for literally a year after Halo 2 came out. So I've probably got a few hundred hours at least of Halo 2.
Yeah, and I'm just trying to think of games with like timers because I'm not a huge competitive gamer, so I don't have those every night games.
Yeah.
But RPGs probably like Final Fantasy 12 or Okami or something of that generation. Back when I was in college, high school.
I've got 175 into Oblivion. That's
that's good,
that's the most I've ever put into an RPG.
That's a chunk.
1,000 hours in Destiny at least,
Yeah.
plus some. Like I was playing it for work for like 6 months. So for work. Yeah, for work.
For work.
And
Air quotes.
Fallout 3 I played a lot of also, and then Final Fantasy 14 and Final Fantasy 11. Those are probably my biggest time crunches. But Destiny, because I can actually look on a website and see how many hours I put in, I can tell you like over 1,000.
I've beat Journey like 9 times, but that's like 3
18
hours.
hours.
Yeah.
Journey's awesome, man. I love that game.
Speaking of wonderful games, we may see some new ones. I thought about holding the show. The Game Awards are coming up, which is
right.
Jeff Keighley's.
They're tomorrow.
Formerly, the artist formerly known as the VGAs, now just the Game Awards.
The GAs.
The
TGAs.
TGAs, yeah, which is a new type of monitor resolution for circa 1994. Well, there was EGA and CGA.
Yeah.
That was
works.
VGA. But so yeah, the Game Awards are. I thought about holding the show, but then we wouldn't record till Friday, and I thought that would just make people too mad. So we'll talk about all the happenings from the Game Awards on next week's show. But for now, what do we think is going to happen, guys?
I'll let you guys take it away because I have no expectations or predictions.
Well, if we look down, so we have Run a Show in front of us, and
Yeah.
we look at the news. Platinum is developing a Ninja Turtles. So that I think we'll see a trailer.
Well, that was, and that's not official. That was an Australian rate. We got a couple of ratings board leaks this week, which are always great.
Yeah.
Always love those when they manage
Yeah.
to out a game early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet I don't want to spoil all the news, but like we're going to see a Mortal Kombat X thing. We're going to probably, I'm guessing the Ninja Turtles
Well,
thing
Ed Boon
in some
straight up
sort.
said that. He said, tune into the Game Awards to see who's next.
Yeah, so lots of trailers, and every once in a while it'll be sparsed with reward, or they'll have little pieces
Awards
throughout. Yeah.
Jeff Keighley did tweet out that there would be 10 like
Reveals,
world premiere.
right.
He does that every
and
time.
then a bunch of them have been
Games we already
publicly.
know
Far Cry
exist.
Primal. We're going
Right.
to see. We're going to
First
see
gameplay of that.
Quantum Break.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Is that public?
Yeah, it's
so.
announced. Yeah,
It's
I saw it
on Twitter.
Good. Okay.
And so, spoilers.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, and I mean there are.
We don't know much about this show.
Yeah, I mean, I hate doing the, being coy about stuff. Like we do know some stuff that's awesome that we can't talk about. But yeah, I mean, I imagine because the Game Awards are 2 days before PSX, that this would be a smart show for Microsoft to show stuff.
I agree
because
completely,
Sony's
yeah.
going to own the weekend, so. I imagine a lot of the stuff at the Game Awards are going to be multi-platform or Xbox/Nintendo centric.
Yeah, I mean, we got that weird Miyamoto, not such a real demo of Zelda last time,
yeah.
which is still like a huge get for. I mean, that's, if we could get that,
20
we would.
seconds of Link on a horse is going to destroy the internet. So,
But so I got to figure. Microsoft's been quiet since Gamescom, where they had a fantastic show, and since then, of course, Sony skipped Gamescom. They did Paris Games Week. They had some stuff there, and now, as you said, Marty, they've got PSX coming up a mere 48 hours after the Game Awards. So yeah, it seems like the opportunity is there for Microsoft to do some stuff at the Game Awards. I'm wondering, Quantum Break trailer, that'll be great. I got to figure that's going to show maybe some live action stuff because we haven't really seen any.
That's
any
still
of
a
that.
huge question mark.
Now that they've especially sort of more or less relaunched that game with Sean Ashmore, and Littlefinger, right? So
those people.
I feel bad for that guy because I should probably know his name because he's a good actor, but no, he's just Littlefinger.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Sean Ashmore, when we talked to him at Gamescom, was
He's nice.
so nice.
Yeah.
Like very cool dude.
Humble.
Actually, yeah,
Glad to hear it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I hope. I think it'd be smart to show maybe Crackdown. Or
I agree. I'm wondering if maybe a
So
more.
I played that. No, I'm just kidding. I did that on
I
purpose.
can't wait till I get to play Crackdown. Or just something that you haven't played.
Yeah, just rub
that
it
I can
in.
lord it over you.
So Destin gonna go play Mass Effect tomorrow.
That'll
can't
be the
go.
one that would hurt you the most.
Yeah, that
too.
would hurt.
Yeah, so I mean, when we look at Game Awards past, there have been things like Mass Effect 3 was revealed.
That's what I was just about to
And
ask.
what?
is, like,
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Skyrim was revealed.
Skyrim was announced.
Skyrim was announced.
It was not.
wasn't
I'm
there a
guessing a
Last
Mass
of Us
Effect trailer.
DLC announcement last
Left Behind.
Yeah,
or
I
2
think
years
so,
ago?
yeah.
I
Maybe
can't
we'll
remember.
see a trailer for the Baba Yaga DLC.
I think we're gonna see a Mass Effect trailer.
Baba Yaga.
And I hope this is
John
like
Wick.
my dream hope that probably won't happen. Something about a new Metroid, like a real legit new Metroid from Nintendo.
Not
would be
that
great.
weird multiplayer thing.
Yeah,
that
not
they're
whatever
making.
that is.
One that stars Jessica Chobot.
No.
It's already a thing.
Yeah,
You guys saw
I'm
that, right? Yeah.
hoping for. I agree with you, Marty. I think maybe a polished destruction demo from Crackdown could go over huge.
Yeah.
And I'm also wondering if Sea of Thieves, my favorite from E3, we might
Thieves could
see
be cool.
get a
Yeah.
new video from that, new demo from that.
Yeah.
Any new IP from Microsoft would be awesome.
Yeah,
I
I don't
could
think they would
also-
show a new. I think they would double down on either Crackdown Gears or Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I don't think Gears
Yeah.
for this, but I could
Yeah.
be wrong. I wonder if because Cuphead plays so well every time it's shown. I wonder if we'll see like a new boss from
Yeah.
Cuphead or some new short little Cuphead.
Or maybe we see more of
demo
Inside.
too.
I feel like
That
the
would be nice.
anticipation for the new Gears is a little less than we've seen for Gears in the past.
Yeah,
What do you
well,
think?
wait till E3.
What's
Yeah.
your temperature on that?
I just
Like,
don't
We've talked about this before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't think the E3 demo
Didn't
was.
blow-
I don't think
didn't
it was-
blow people away.
it was like a black screen basically
Yeah,
with
but
like
I'm-
some shadowy
like,
figures.
I
yeah.
have full faith in them, and I imagine that the next time we see the game is going to be something awesome.
I will feel a lot better when I see Marcus Phoenix, and if I don't,
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
You'll be
hoping,
like, oh, come on.
Ryan's gonna riot.
well,
Yeah.
I've said this like 5 times on the show, but real quick, the 2 new young bloods that we saw in the
There's nothing
E3
special
reveal.
about 'em.
In that context, there was nothing about them that seemed interesting to me. Whereas Marcus is like, when he's instantly like just had the it factor going
Yeah.
on. Whether it was the character design, the voice work, the script, whatever, all of that working together. So I have said it before. I think it will be a terrible mistake to leave Marcus Phoenix behind with the new Gears of War. When 343 took over Halo, they didn't leave Master Chief behind, although you can make the argument that they're trying now, but they didn't in the beginning. They didn't with Halo 4. So I hope Marcus is still the guy.
It's just a bummer with this Gears because Gears 1's marketing was fantastic with that opening trailer. Then Gears 2, I can still remember what was revealed at E3. Gears 4, I remember being really disappointed.
The Gears
Mad
2.
Judgment.
The
Oh,
Mad
I'm
World
sorry.
thing was
I'm
that,
talking about this new
The Gears of War
whatever it's called.
2
Yeah.
reveal trailer.
is that the Mad World one?
No,
No, it's
Gears,
like a red screen. And
But
yeah.
Which
yeah,
one's the Mad World one?
the first
First one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Gears, but it wasn't a reveal trailer. It was later on in the camp.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah,
already
but that
knew about
thing
the
won
game, but-
awards.
Yes, but I'm
Yeah.
saying for showing nothing, like as far as like show nothing trailers,
Mm-hmm.
the Gears of War 2 announced trailer might be the best one because it at least when it had the chainsaws clash at the end, that was like, oh, that's a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome, and then it totally turned out to be awesome.
Yeah,
when
it was great.
Chainsaw duel somebody, but anyway.
Also, 2 years ago, we got Telltale's Game of Thrones and Tales from the Borderlands both
That is
revealed.
true.
So maybe we'll see what their Marvel thing is, or
Oh,
what
yeah.
their weird
Minecraft.
The
TV
Lionsgate thing?
is. The Lionsgate thing, yeah.
Ooh, their weird TV thing. I can't wait.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
Do you guys like this trend of the Game Awards as like a video game celebration ceremony, having reveals and stuff?
So
I do.
It's like the only award ceremony out there that
And,
does that.
I mean, I've seen saw a story in I believe it might have been the New York Times about had quotes from Peter Moore, our friend of the show, Peter Moore, saying that exact thing that like he loves it because it's like that is the video
Legitimizing
game.
us.
Yeah, it does. It legitimizes games a bit, and I think Jeff Keighley has done a great job of adapting over the years. Like I would constructively say that I don't think he's found the exact right formula for that yet,
Sure.
but he's getting closer every year. I mean, when it was on Spike and it was this sort of big production, but there were virtually no awards in it, he took that feedback to heart. Then it kind of had that weird off year 2 years ago where it was
Joel
like
McHale.
him and Joel McHale in a studio.
You know
and-
what that was, though? That's like 20 producers like, oh, we got to have a big talent here. Get them out there.
But not even that. It was
It's the 1940s reporter.
it was sort of this awkward thing. And then last year, Jeff took it upon himself and built the whole thing himself. And I think last year's was great, except like it struck a good balance between awards and announcements, except for the fact that it dragged on for literally 3 hours.
It was long.
And I think that he's probably taken that feedback to heart. And I think this could be the year where it's a really nice balance of everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's a super tough balance to do. I mean, people tune in because they want to see the reveals, but at the same time, you want to reward the incredible talent and developers. And at the same
Absolutely.
time, like last year with Roberta Williams in the Lifetime Award, and then this year with Westwood, like it's I don't know, a really interesting balance to try.
And I want to note too. I mean, I think we've been fair to Jeff so far. I want to also add that as someone who has built or helped build shows of a much smaller scale than what Jeff does, people can, of course, they go on the internet and be like, "This show's stupid. Joel McHale's dumb. F you, Jeff Keighley." It's unbelievably difficult to put a show like that together. It is incredibly difficult. There's so many calls you have to make. There's so many things you have to line up. So many meetings you have to take. I mean, it's there are a million pieces that go into it, and so whatever you think of the Game Awards this week, just think twice before you say some dumb piece of criticism, because it is way harder than you can possibly imagine.
I guess the reason I asked that question is because like I don't really know what to think of the Game Awards at this point. Like,
That's fair.
Yeah, like I as a big gamer, like I acknowledge and recognize that it's good that there's an event out there that recognizes developers and publishers and celebrates games. That said, there's a bunch of other awards that do that same thing.
The BAFTAs.
Like in different,
BAFTAs,
the BAFTAs and stuff, but also not just video game specific. Like there's the Oscars, there's the Emmys, there's
Right.
the Grammys. None of those shows have reveals or news or anything like that.
The Oscars doesn't premiere new trailers.
Exactly, and I wonder. I
Maybe
just
they
wonder,
should.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Maybe
is
they
like,
should.
I understand that people, just gamers in general, want to tune into the show because of those things. But at the same time, I wonder if long term that's not a little, like, it's not a little detrimental to what the show should be about.
I know what you mean,
Philosophically.
but the reality is, of course,
No
that
one would
no
watch
one
it.
would watch. Exactly right. If it were just an award show, no video
I
game.
wouldn't
That's true,
watch
like-
it. I don't watch the
players would
BAFTAs
not watch.
because it's just awards.
I don't even think they're televised.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wouldn't.
But I mean, even
Yeah.
the big ones that are televised, like the Oscar viewership, is dwindling so fast. And
Yeah.
you
Well,
know,
that's a 4-hour show that's so far up its own.
Well, it's a 4-hour.
behind,
It's
but-
a 4-hour show that you can ostensibly get all the information of in a 30-second
in an IGN
Google
wrap-up
search.
article
right.
later. Yeah.
also
who won?
there's a dichotomy there between like the Oscars do their best to like recognize artistic films and like films that break new cinematic ground, which are very often not the ones that everyone cares about, like in terms of pop culture. Like we had I don't know who I had this discussion with the other week, but we were talking about whether or not Star Wars: The Force Awakens is going to be on that Best Picture shortlist, because it's probably going to be the most successful movie of the year, like definitely going to be the most successful movie of the year, and it's going to break all kinds of records, and it's probably going to be really good, but good in the sense that the Academy wants, probably not. And it's like, that's
Well-
the movie that everyone in the world is going to see. How come that's not being recognized somehow?
It is. I think they've gotten better about that in recent years. I mean, look, they did finally acknowledge Peter Jackson. The Return of the King was nominated and won not only Best Picture but Best Director, and I think a bunch of other key awards too.
8 of them.
13 of them.
Really? I thought it was nominated for 13.
No, it won everything it was nominated for.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
except it was nominated for no.
Acting
Acting
awards,
awards.
right? Yeah.
I don't know where that went.
Yeah.
We're 45 minutes in and we haven't even gotten
yeah.
past the first segment.
Is the show over?
Yeah.
Is that it? Oh man,
Speed round for the news.
it pretty much will be. There's not a lot to get to, so
This is what happened when Mitch goes to Canada.
yeah. Let's just take a quick break. We'll come right back to these couple of not so significant little news stories. Then we'll play Unlock Block because Destin.
Yeah, I have a
Mitch
chance.
is not here. It is your chance. We're down to what we got, like
Two
three
after
shows,
this?
two
Three?
shows.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess after this one, yeah, it might be 2 shows.
Are you tied
Okay.
right now?
We're
It's
tied,
tied.
yeah.
Ooh.
So we'll get to that. We'll take a quick break first so we can gather ourselves. Be right back. All right. Hey, it's news time. 40 something minutes into the show. Just a few quick stories this week
Turning this
again.
into Giant Bombcast.
I will apologize because 48 hours after the show goes up, there will be no, not even 24 hours after the show goes up.
Big news.
There'll probably be a bunch of Xbox things that happen at the Game Awards. So we'll cover those next week. Hang tight. Although we'll be live tweeting stuff too. But
I'm really excited about
anyway,
this first story.
Yes, and I wish Mitch were here. Maybe we'll get him to call in for.
I'm just as big of a Ninja Turtle fan
well, good.
as
This
Mitch
is good.
Yeah,
you
but
can,
he
you
was
can
on
fill the
Turtle
role.
Talk.
So
Nobody asked me to be on it. I had
Maybe
every
you should
issue
take
of
a
the
hint then.
Mirage. Oh, okay.
yeah, the wrong number that I texted Mitch to. Oh, hey, what's up? By the way, wrong number. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I appreciate that you're not bothered by this, but I'm just gonna move on now to my actual friend who I'm trying to get to. Okay.
I'd keep texting that person and develop a repartee and. Oh my
Rapport.
god, rapport! I give up on words today.
Witty
That's like the
repartee.
fourth wrong word.
So Platinum's making a Ninja Turtles game.
Platinum is making a Ninja
Yeah.
Turtles game according to, this is not an officially announced thing, but the Australian Ratings Board listed this, and the ratings board things tend to always pan out.
Yeah.
So Destin, resident Ninja Turtle superfan, particularly in Mitch's absence, what do you think of this? This is, they just came off of Transformers, which turned out to be a very good, not great, but a very good game. What do you say?
I'm really
a Ninja
excited.
Turtles game by Platinum?
Yeah, Platinum's a great developer for some stuff like this. They've made a lot of great combat-focused games, and I love that they're taking on the Ninja Turtles finally. I would love a new, great Ninja Turtles game to come out a la like TMNT 2 at the arcade,
Arcade game, yeah.
or even 3 on the Super Nintendo.
What do you think this game should be? If it's how you want to just a Platinum game like one? They've never done a 4-player game, have they?
Was Transformers multiplayer? I don't know.
I don't think
No,
so.
they don't do multiplayer. Wow. Yeah, they don't do multiplayer games.
I'm fine with it not
I mean,
being
they've
multiplayer.
hinted at that with Scalebound, right?
yeah, with Scalebound. Yeah, but that's weird on like I don't know. Almost seems like Dark Soulsy multiplayer, where like it's
And
not
also
like,
not on the same console. Like
Yeah.
you would hope that this would be same screen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing.
Basically, I
Turtles.
want a Batman Ninja Turtles game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean people
Batman
wanted a
combat.
Rocksteady,
Crazy.
a Rocksteady Ninja
What
Turtles
if
game.
what if it were So you just give me an idea. Like, what if it were set in the era and also had the art style and the gritty tone of the original comics?
That'd be
cool.
great.
Where it's like,
like
pretty
they're
violent
serious.
and they all wear red bandanas.
Yeah.
How do I know what character I am?
Yeah.
By the weapons.
What if they have like unlockable skins like the Batman games, and you can look like Ninja Turtles from different eras and play through the
or
game
like
that way?
different
Cool.
types of turtles,
Yeah.
like tortoises and stuff. I'm just sure.
Different types
Or
of turtles.
sharks, because
all
my name's Shark Finnegan.
Like there's one turtle who has like this humongous shell and he's really like highly armored, but he can't move very quick.
They've actually drawn the Ninja Turtles in multiple ways in the Mirage line, where they actually had like more realistic looking turtle
Michael Bay?
looks. No, not the Michael Bay ones.
Those turtles had weird lips.
But yeah.
They look just weird in general.
Well, think about it. There's like the cartoons from the 90s.
Yeah.
There's the
Yeah.
Mirage Ninja Turtles that we were talking about before. There is
and there's the rubber suit of the original movies.
Yeah, the
There's
original movies. The new animated ones from Nick. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, so
Yeah.
the one fear about this is I'd be willing to bet this is going to be a budget game. It's going to be like Transformers
No.
and like Korra. This is not going to be. This
Yeah.
is not a Kamiya game. This
That's
is
what I
not
was gonna-
Scalebound. This is not Bayonetta.
Oh,
this is
you're
not
so
Wonderful
right,
101.
and I hate you for
That's
being
what I was
so
gonna
right.
say. Is,
Yeah.
do we know if Platinum does the whole like 2-team setup?
100%.
Well,
I
they
mean,
have to.
these
They were
games-
doing Scalebound.
Yeah.
And-
Well, that's my thing. Is like I know that Platinum did the Korra game, which I think Dan reviewed it, and it is not good.
Yeah.
And
Transformers is better
Transformers
than
is
Korra.
good.
Yeah, traditionally though, their licensed stuff is not on the same level as like their Beautiful Joe.
You're
Okami
suggesting an A
and-
team and a B team of sorts.
Maybe
Yeah, but I
it's
didn't
like-
want to say A and B. But yeah.
Well, you
Maybe
know.
Scalebound was to get used to modeling reptiles, and now they're going to do the Ninja Turtles.
or maybe
Make
it's
it
not.
fantastic.
Or, maybe it's not A team, B team, but like there's a core team, and then like as they finish Scalebound, like the bottom 70% like
Works on Ninja Turtles.
moves to a different one. Like they're just constantly relocating people to where they need to be, type thing.
the fact of the matter is, I'd be willing to bet that these deals make them a lot more money than something like Bayonetta 2 did. So yeah, Bayonetta 2 is. I'd be willing to bet that Korra made them more money than Bayonetta 2 did, despite the fact that Bayonetta 2 is 1,000 times better game.
Yeah.
I would go you one further. I would be willing to bet that Korra made them more money than Bayonetta 2 and Vanquish combined.
Yeah.
Because
seriously.
that's the other point I wanted to get to with this.
Really,
is-
Korra, not Ninja Turtles? You think Korra was the bigger
Well,
moneymaker
but-
than... sorry, not Ninja Turtles. Korra and Transformers.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
But that's the point I wanted to get at here is that it's unfortunate. It's like there's such a talented development team. They always have.
Yeah.
been.
Oh, yeah.
And they've consistently churned out great games. But their IPs, their original games, for whatever reason, seem to appeal to only the most hardcore of hardcore gamers.
Mm-hmm.
They have just not found anything, any bigger audience than that.
Yeah, and it's been the same since Clover. I mean,
Yeah.
since stuff like Okami and Beautiful Joe, like this has been critically acclaimed games that don't sell incredibly well.
And that's the thing. I suppose if you're the head of, I don't know if Mikami owns the studio or
Kamiya.
not. Sorry, thank you,
Yeah.
Kamiya. If he owns the studio or not, but you got to figure whoever is the signing the checks and is managing the money goes. God, our team just crushed it again, and no one bought it again.
Yeah.
What am I going to do? I don't want to have to lay people off or worse, shut the studio down and lose.
Make Avatar 2.
Like, okay, we can. What can we apply our talents to that? Oh, okay. Well, there's a Legend of Korra game or a Transformers game or Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this is one of those like sad sort of. I don't want to call it sad.
If it
but
helps keep the lights
yeah,
on.
it's a business
Okay.
reality, right?
I know you guys are managing expectations and just kind of being cautious about your optimism. What if they knock this out of the park and it is their A team and it's a great Ninja Turtles game and
So
they
Scalebound's the B team.
No. Like,
Because-
they just have two great teams and
Okay,
they both
all right.
make great products. Like I'm trying to
here's the
be,
thing
I
is,
really
like-
like Ninja
all right.
Turtles and
Yeah,
I would love to see somebody do it right.
I don't think that there
Yeah.
is like an A team and a B team. Like Platinum's, I've been there. Like Platinum's a pretty, relative to other companies, a small developer. Like in
Yeah.
terms of how many people
Yeah.
it has. Like if you're there, there's a good chance you really, really deserve to be there and you're super talented. But at the same time, it's like as a creative person, I can totally understand putting more effort into something that I created myself with my own two hands. That's my own ideas, as opposed to something that was pre-established, which
Well, what about-
seems to be the case with their other licensed stuff.
For them, but like, what about like Rocksteady that made a fantastic Batman game? That was an original IP, but they got to work on
but
Batman.
Not a
like,
fair comparison. It's a
Ninja
totally
Turtles
different
is
developer.
huge to a lot of people.
No, but it's a totally different developer. And I was just saying, like, I can see how that might be the case. I'm not saying that that's what the case is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I totally hope you're right. I mean, it's because the what's good about if you're right is that not only do we get a great Ninja Turtles game out of it, but that can fund more more games like Scalebound and Vanquish and Bayonetta, where then they can go, okay, well we knocked it out of the park. We made a ton of money off of the Turtles thing we did. So, okay, we're going to do another one of those, but then now we're also flush with cash. We're going to do our next cool new original IP
one for them,
idea.
one for yourself.
Exactly.
I would love.
Thanks,
love
George
that
Clooney.
philosophy. So what would you want the game to be? I'd like them in Manhattan, jumping over rooftops, finding bad guys, jumping down.
Well, it is
using
definitely them in
Batman
Manhattan
mechanics.
because the game is called TMNT Mutants in Manhattan.
Yeah.
That's also where they live.
2D side-scrolling drop-in, drop-out co-op, a lot like the old Simpsons game. That's what I would say.
Pretty awesome.
So I've seen a
Eh?
bunch of images. Are there leaked
Or
images
X-Men.
for this yet, or is this just the ratings thing?
This is, as far as I know, just the
Okay.
ratings thing.
So I'm going to assume those are just images people Google searched and they're
It's
fan
an
made.
MMORPG.
An MMO would be weird.
A 4-player
Yeah.
MMO, not quite massively
Yeah.
multiplayer. Yeah, I mean, I imagine if you look at, I would love an open world thing. Like, I would love a Rocksteady take on it. But I think if you look at Korra and Transformers, I think that's going to be the mold this game's going to take. I think it's going to be very sort of small, contained set pieces. It'll be
Like
solid
big
combat. I think it's not going to be gritty. I would be willing to bet the visuals are going to be very cartoony and cel shaded, like Korra and Transformers.
Yeah, that dev doesn't really do like dark and gritty.
Who did
Unless you
Raiden?
count Devil May Cry,
Who did Metal
which
Gear
is still
Rising
pretty colorful.
Revengeance? Yeah,
Well-
that was pretty violent.
I know they do
Yeah.
violent, but I just don't think. I don't think they're going to do a hard R Turtles game because I think a lot of the Turtles audience is going to be kids.
So
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
right, but that being said, yeah, I would. The ideal scenario is the original gritty comic book
Yeah.
Turtles, circa
Yeah, now-
1980,
Right.
but was super violent. But it can it'd probably be best as a single player game, but you're fighting along, and you can play as any turtle, but the other three are with you as AI buddies the whole time in an open world scenario.
Or like you can
Around
call in
the
assists,
release-
like in Batman.
Around the
Yeah.
release of the Wolverine movie, Raven had been developing a really cool
good game.
Wolverine game,
Yeah.
and they released a pretty good game about Wolverine, and he gets messed up and he cuts people in half and everything.
Yeah.
Maybe this is one of those situations where
that's
it's
a very
not
good point.
necessarily,
Remember when Raven got
timid.
to make games?
I
Yeah.
do remember that. They were my favorite developer for many
Yeah.
years. Makers of Heretic, Hexen, what is, in my opinion, the second best
Wolfenstein?
Star Wars game ever,
yeah.
which is Jedi Knight 2.
Yeah.
I think the best Star Wars game ever is still KOTOR
When I, was
1.
in, when I was in high school, I thought maybe I'll work there someday.
Yeah.
And then
This was
stopped
Well, they
making
were
games.
nearby, yeah. Madison,
I was-
Wisconsin.
they were 2 hours away.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're still there.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You can
but-
still work
yeah.
there if you want to.
I'm good where
if
I'm
you
at.
want to make Call of Duty map packs for the rest of your
I'm
life.
happy where I am.
And also live in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Well, he's
Well,
from
I'd be
there.
near my
Nice.
family, so yeah.
It's a college town. I've been there once. I went to Human Head.
Madison's
one time.
awesome.
I went to
Yeah.
Human Head Studios, which was formed by some ex-Raven people. I went there to see Dead Man's Hand. Anybody
boy.
remember that game?
No.
No, you don't.
Definitely not.
Dead Man's Hand.
Was that like
It
a
sounds
Stubbs,
familiar.
Was that Stubbs the Zombie DLC?
Yeah.
It was pretty sure it was a first-person shooter with like an old west, like, and then other weird
Y'all
monster
should write
themes.
a feature, each one of you, because, and maybe even you too, about the game, like games that you saw and previewed that no one ever heard
I mean, we
about.
wanted to talk. Like multiple
Yeah.
people in
Like-
this office saw StarCraft Ghost.
Yeah.
Oh man.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. See, I would love to read about that as just like
Yeah.
a reader of IGN.
Yeah, like Goldfarb played it.
The
I
XCOM
played it.
game
Yeah.
that never came out, where it was like Mass Effect, where you,
You
could slow
played
down
Ghost
time.
too?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ghost
it was,
as
it was
well?
on the floor. It was in
Oh
their
my
booth at E3 in
God. Oh, man.
2004.
See, I was a senior in high school then. Wait, no, a junior in high school then. So I was not even doing this then.
Yeah.
That's super cool.
We-
Are there any crazy games that like?
I mean,
you
I
saw that?
wrote a
don't think
cover
so.
story on the XCOM reboot that ended up canceled, but you know, not the
man.
one that the first person shooter that was like BioShock,
Right.
like which
It looked great.
Again, it was a vertical slice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looked
So
awesome,
good.
but
Yeah.
the fans went nuts. They're like, "This
Because
isn't XCOM.
It
this
needed
is
to
terrible."
not be called that. And then
I'm like, "This
ugh.
game looks good.
Anyway.
Like, give it a chance."
Yeah.
you
That's
know?
Yeah, I would
imagine-
love to see. I'd love to hear like yours or like Dan's.
Or I imagine
or,
the story's a pair. Like
Yeah,
the guy
pair.
who's
want,
like,
like,
we
yeah,
could-
20 of
yeah.
these.
You know what? Maybe
Star
or
Fox
this,
2.
this could also be like an entire Game Scoop
Scoop,
episode,
yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
with us. But anyway, that is neither here nor there for now. What's the time code? I hate doing this. Not the podcast, the other
the
things
note-taking.
around the podcast.
I hate all of you.
The production.
the thing that makes the videos
Yeah.
possible.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. WB Games Montreal, speaking of Rocksteady and Batman,
Yeah.
that's not them, but they're in the family.
Yeah.
They make, so WB Games Montreal, known so far, they've got one game under their belt.
Is
and
it
that
Origins?
Batman
Yep.
Arkham
Yeah.
Origins.
Yeah.
A game I never even had the sort of enthusiasm to play.
Yeah.
I played through this main story.
Especially
There's
after-
a big bridge that you got to keep going across. It wasn't great.
The only draw for me was that because like I'm a big like standing by the creator of something. Like I didn't play
Yes.
BioShock 2 because it's not a Ken Levine
Right.
game, you know. For the same reason I didn't play Arkham Origins. The only draw is that I'm friends with Troy and Troy's in that game. And I
real good.
wanted to play it.
He
'cause,
does
yeah, I mean-
Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
incredible.
and he does a great Joker too.
No
Like,
Kevin Conroy either for Batman on that one.
Yeah, different
Oh,
Batman.
that's right.
Yeah. It was weird.
Anyway, so they've announced or they've sort of tweeted that they're hiring for 2 AAA projects focused on expanding the DC Comics universe in the interactive space. In other words, we're making 2 DC Comics games.
Yeah.
Now the
Who do
question
you
is,
think
what
they
are they? Yeah, what are
Batman
they?
and Superman.
I'll bet
Easy.
you-
Next topic.
No,
No,
I'll
I'm
bet
just
you it's
kidding.
not Superman.
Great
I'll bet you
breakout,
it's Wonder
Destin.
Woman.
No, it's Superman.
It's
I think it's tied up in
What's the biggest DC property you could possibly work on?
Justice League?
Superman.
No, for sure. But I think
Superman's bigger than Justice League.
no, that's what Justice League is Superman plus everything else you've just mentioned.
the reason I say Wonder Woman
I
is I
know
think
that.
it's if you look at the timeline, I think we know that Wonder Woman just started shooting. Like in 2 years it'll be done and out. I
Justice
think,
League is shooting also.
Yeah, but I think like you're not I don't think it's a Justice League game. I think it's character I think they're doing the single character type thing.
So
Batman I think is a given.
I
Yeah.
agree.
I don't think Superman is a given.
I think it's
game
Superman.
is like that's hard, man. How
So-
do you do a Superman?
Yeah.
The other thing you have here is interesting.
Well, yeah, I want to say I agree with Sean. I think it's totally right. It's one of them's Batman
Yeah.
because there's no way WB lets the Batman games go away now
No way.
that they're become so huge.
And
but Rocksteady has seemingly no interest. They want to move on.
Totally.
Which is actually great
To
because
Superman.
if they
Maybe they're doing Superman.
Why
they don't-
why do you think so much
Superman is like an icon of comics.
He's a
He is-
Superman.
He is huge. Yeah.
if Rocksteady does not move on from Batman as they have done nothing but publicly state that they want to move on from Batman, it's going to go downhill quick because they're just going to be and people are going to leave the studio and it's just going to go badly. So WB is smart to allow Rocksteady to do something else. I agree. I think they might take a shot at Superman because
Yeah.
that's sort of the potential next biggest thing they could work on.
And there's gonna be Superman DLC for Arkham Knight.
There is.
Yeah, that's announced. I didn't make that up.
Are you playing as him?
I don't know. I might have made that up.
I don't
Yeah.
even.
Marty's
Do I work
guessing
here?
right now. Yeah. I feel
but
like I
yeah.
saw that on Twitter or something.
What about? I mean, the other thing that WB seems to be pushing that could, given the sort of format of this, could Suicide Squad lend itself to
God,
some kind of
no.
game?
I
mean,
hope not, personally.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think that's probably an interesting, more interesting game angle / dynamic than a Superman game. That's the problem with me. Is
Okay.
like when someone, if you're like, what does a Superman game look like to you? I literally have no idea because I just don't know how you would make that. I don't know how you would make that a game. Like, what is that? Batman makes sense. Like Wonder Woman makes sense. Suicide Squad makes sense.
Before you saw Batman, we had no idea what that looked like, and Rocksteady knocked it out of the frickin' park.
yeah,
You
but
know. You got to give developers a chance to come up with a concept that would work. Superman, marketing-wise, everybody knows who Superman is. You want to do Superman. Not everybody knows Justice League as well. That's why I say
No, I get
Superman's like
that.
the white whale.
Like the
for game
producer in me
development.
is like, yeah, Superman, because everyone knows Superman. There's
Yeah.
Superman movies. He's a huge icon. The creative person in me is like, what does that look like? And I'm not a game developer.
Good
so
flying
there are definitely
mechanics.
people out there.
Good flying mechanics.
I want to be
Yeah.
Clark Kent in an interesting way and have to maybe have some sort of identity
Escort
stuff
missions
going
No,
on.
just kidding.
I mean, mechanically,
Like a narrative around Lois and Clark, and like something happens there.
Yeah, but mechanically,
They're like, what is it? An action
mechanically,
game?
Yeah, but I mean, to me, mechanically, someone that makes more sense is Arrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's like I
But
can,
that's
I can
basically
envision-
just Batman at that point.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's-
he's got
it
cool
could have like
arrows.
cool arrow mechanics and stuff. That
It would be
really
easy
cool.
to build
Yeah.
Arrow.
See, I get that. When you say that, I'm like, I can understand what that might be
property.
like.
You get that because there's an existing property close to what Arrow can do.
What about a Flash Endless Runner?
A Flash
Probably
racing
that
game.
exists.
I like
It's
that.
just a racing
Yeah.
game.
I'm just saying,
That'd be
like,
cool.
I want to give a development company, in my mind, I want them to take
Help
a
me,
chance.
I can't stop running.
I want
I
to
know.
give them a chance to do something new
I'm
and not
totally
just
on board with
like
that.
lock into
But if you were in
infrastructures
that-
that I know.
No, I
You
get
know,
that.
yeah.
But if you were in the chair, like, what do you think that game is?
If I had the budget to throw at anything, I would be like, go make an amazing Superman game.
No, but
No,
I'm
but-
asking you what
Yeah.
that is to you. Like,
That's
what
the
is
thing
an
about
amazing
Superman's
I was-
powers
yeah.
aren't interesting in terms of like there's
Yeah, like,
no.
how do you design a game mechanic that challenges you when you're Superman?
you're a god?
Yeah, like you can't. It can't be a brawler like Batman because regular dudes you could just break their face in like with the flick of your finger. Flying
There
could
are-
be cool, but
there
it's
are
like
characters, though, that,
then
like,
is it an open world game like
Facebreaker
an
combo.
exploration?
There
That's what
are
I'm getting
there
at.
are characters that Superman faces that just like absorb his kinetic energy and stuff like that and become more powerful. So you got to come up with puzzle mechanics to actually counter those abilities, or like they actually feed off Superman's power, so he becomes weaker and they become stronger. So like maybe you have to figure out
The
throw
entire
a
game
building
takes place
him
at
or
night when he has no sunshine to recharge him. Boom, done.
something. Yeah.
He's like a battery, Ryan. He doesn't need it there all the time.
But he gets tired and then he needs the sun.
Yeah, not in one night.
I'm just saying,
Barrel,
if you gave me a week, I could probably make a game design doc for Superman. You're telling me like WB? Yeah.
Can we please do that for the next show? I would love to see it. Not that I don't
You know, I
think you
went to
can't do
school.
it.
Game
And, like,
designers
this-
everywhere
one of my
listening to
assignments-
this show are just falling over in their chairs right
know.
now.
I think Superman is
Like a
impossible.
basic, I'm not talking like a high level game design doc, but like if all I did for a week was come up with mechanics that would work for Superman in like just gameplay wise, you could come up with that.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that
You don't know what it
It's
looks like, so you're like I
until
don't
someone,
think they
yeah,
should do it.
until someone, as like the producer mind in me says, like until someone can prove, like show me what that is, then I would say it's a risky thing.
There was a Superman game on Xbox 360 that wasn't half bad. Like they had some good ideas there.
There was
What
the
was it?
Superman game on
Was it-
N64 called.
Dude,
Which one was it?
Is it really bad?
Superman Returns was crap.
I don't-
Not Superman 64 level of crap.
No. I don't think it was Superman Returns because that was tied to the movie, right?
Correct.
It was the one where he like fights a building-sized opponent and beats him up.
I don't
Like, that was
remember.
the trailer for it.
Superman Returns is the only one I remember because EA Tiburon, the Madden people, made it, and that was sort of like interesting. Oh, the Madden guys are making a Superman game. That's a thing that happened.
What? I totally.
Maybe I'll write an article on IGN
We all know
about
how
how
good
to
my memory is after last week's show, so I'm
how
sure
to
we
make
can
a
trust me
good
on
Superman game. Yeah, I don't know. Like Hulk
yeah.
Ultimate Destruction was a fantastic
Of
Hulk
course.
game. Like you go around messing up buildings and stuff like that. Maybe you're evil Superman. You destroy a bunch of buildings. You know?
It's Smallville the game. You gain a
Early
power.
Superman.
You gain a power every so often throughout the game as you go along, and you have to deal with like acne and dating, trying to date Lana, and her bad acting. You know, just like causes the game to freeze
You
up.
have to deal
Yeah,
with
and, like,
the demise
maybe
of
not
print
Smallville.
journalism.
The high school
like-
quarterback is like taunting you, and you can't like play sports because you just wrecked
Maybe
everyone.
not Smallville. Maybe
That's
not
what I'm saying is none of these ideas sound good to me. So until someone can be like, this is my idea, and they paint me a picture of something that would be like, oh, that's cool.
Thanks a lot, man.
Sorry, time
Now I gotta
code.
go back.
No, it's fine. He's like, oops.
Well,
He said
Yeah.
oops.
74.
Sorry,
well,
I start swearing a lot when I talk about creative work.
A company with $1 billion to do that it
That's-
was just
again-
could have just been assigned Superman.
I'm not like
know?
I said. I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's impossible in Superman. What I'm saying is, in my mind right now,
I get what you're
it
saying.
was difficult to make that seem like a reality to me. But there are plenty of smart dudes over there who I'm sure are filled to the brim with great ideas for Superman, like games. So
Well-
if we see one, sure.
some sort of light went on inside the minds of the creative people at Rocksteady, because remember before they had made nothing of significance prior to Batman. So
And there wasn't a fantastic Batman game to that
and
point.
here's the thing: if they apply themselves to Superman, if that's what they are doing, is that whatever there is, they're doing it. They will have virtually unlimited time, unlimited resources, and presumably the publisher will stay out of their way because they made the 3 Arkham games that were incredible. So they will have, if that's what they decide to tackle, they'll have every opportunity to prove that it is possible to make a great Superman game.
Yeah,
But it will
don't
be-
have faith in me. Have faith in the 2 companies with
mean,
millions
Oh no,
and
Dustin,
millions
I
of
have
dollars.
total faith in you. I really do want to see this design done.
You guys
I know you
remember though?
do.
Now, did this rumor prove to be just utter crap, or is it just something that could still be lurking out there? Remember that crazy rumor that there was like that Rocksteady was working on the heck's it called, the Silver Age Justice League?
Yeah.
Is that
could be
is that
awesome.
just like debunked, or like did Arkham Knight debunk that,
Not
or
familiar.
is that still
Yeah,
a thing
I think
that could
Arkham
be
Knight debunked it. I mean, I think that would be rad. Yeah, we don't know. I mean, I feel like Rocksteady has carte blanche to do whatever they want.
They
And
do.
I don't know if they
anything in the DC universe? Like, you
mean,
got to pick something in the DC universe.
I don't. If there's 2 DC games going on at WB Montreal, then maybe Rocksteady
But-
has. I think
but
Rocksteady
remember-
has anything in the Warner Brothers universe. So that's like I've always wanted them to do a Harry Potter game. I think that'd be awesome.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That the greater the parent, company,
company.
they
Yeah.
are not going to be making an original IP.
Yeah.
There's no
Which
chance
sucks,
of
'cause
that
I would
happening.
love to see what those
Look
guys
at
do.
Monolith makes Lord of the Rings games now.
Yeah.
They can't make Shogo 2
Yeah.
or
No.
Shogo 3 or Blood 3 or anything else, or Condemned. I mean, Jace Holland.
I completely forgot about Shogun Blood.
You shouldn't. They were good.
Yeah.
Especially Blood. Even though Blood was sort of a weird Duke Nukem ripoff, which was itself a strange ripoff of other things. Go figure.
Time is a flat circle.
Thank you, Matthew McConaughey.
All right.
Time is a flat circle. Mortal Kombat X. Speaking of WB stuff, this one's in the WB family. Mortal Kombat X. Is it X or 10?
It's X.
Okay, so it's like
But it's
the
also
10th.
the 10th.
It is the 10th game, but it's Mortal Kombat X.
it's Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat X and Mac OS 10.
Yeah.
Let's just, can we get it
Final
together
cut.
on that?
And it's
Yeah.
my favorite rapper is
Did
DM10.
not make 8 or 9.
That's a driver that I have
10
to
men?
install, I think. Yeah.
Oh boy.
X gonna give it to you.
So
I like my favorite genre.
that's the only DMX song
the
I
way I
know.
label pornography
X
is
gonna give
10,
it
10, 10.
anyway, Destin.
Yeah.
You are one of our resident Mortal Kombat superfans / experts. You've been playing the series for a long time. You know it very well. At the Game Awards, there will be a new DLC character announced. No clues from Ed Boon. Who do you want, or who do you think it is?
So who I think it is, they're already in the game and they're not playable right now, but there's some mods that allow you to like play as Sindel and stuff like that.
Yep.
Those characters were never made. There's a bunch of classic characters.
Is that classic with a K?
Yeah, it is.
with
Classic
a
characters
Did it.
that aren't playable right now in the
Kill
Mortal
with a C.
Kombat games. So it'll probably be like 3 of them and then some sort of guest. Like they did Predator and they did
Jason, or Freddy Krueger.
Jason. They did Freddy in Mortal Kombat 9.
Kratos in the last one.
Right.
Did they really?
Yeah, Kratos in the last one. He
Whoa.
was there also.
Yeah,
This could
I
be
mean, I
like
think-
anyone as long as they're
Yeah.
violent, right?
Yeah, I think for a Game Award announcement, I think it has to be. I think you're right. I think we're gonna get a batch of characters, and it'll be classic Mortal Kombat characters, but I think also it has to be a guest character. Like
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna pop. Is I mean I don't know who that is, but whether it's a horror movie character or an action movie character.
I don't think they'll do movies again. I think they'll move on to like something else. Like
Yeah.
Spawn. Spawn was rumored actually a long time ago. They have a deal with Todd McFarlane that they can use Spawn still. I don't know if he
Rolling
would
it
have
back from
From
Soul
Soul
Calibur
Calibur
2.
yeah, I don't know if he would have the same effect today though that he would have had.
What if Cloud's in it? What if they just put Cloud in every fight?
Yeah, he's just in every fighting game. He'd be kind of cool in Mortal Kombat, I guess.
Oh man. So
Dude,
we'll,
I'm like really thinking about who it could be.
Yeah.
Or, like,
What if
who
it
would
was
be a
Superman?
Oh my god, Gordon Freeman.
It
And his
actually could be
crowbar.
Superman. They developed the Injustice game, which was fantastic, by the
Yes.
way.
And there was MK
So,
versus
yeah.
DC or whatever that game was called.
Yeah, that one wasn't as good.
was real dumb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Injustice is awesome.
Injustice was really, really solid.
Man, I want another Injustice game. That was fun.
Maybe that's what the announcement is. No, just kidding. Mortal
I
Kombat
wonder- I
X
mean,
/ Injustice.
I wouldn't put it past them to do an Injustice for this generation. Especially, I mean, comics. Injustice was good and it was successful, and it gave the dev team at NetherRealm a chance to. I mean, they still had to make a fighting game, but they took a break from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
And then Mortal Kombat 10 came back, and they came back a little refreshed, made an excellent Mortal Kombat game.
They must have made so much money off Injustice.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's like the comic stuff, those characters are so much even more mainstream
Than
now.
they were 6 years ago, whenever.
So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if NetherRealm's next game is a new-gen Injustice.
Yeah. Well, I think we're Mortal Kombat X. We're gonna get characters. Character DLC.
Characters with a K.
Yeah, it'll be classic characters, double K, and then
Please don't add one more.
and then some
We've reached our K limit.
some new guest character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get out of here, let's talk about one other ratings board leak, and that is out of Taiwan, by the way, courtesy of our friends in Taiwan. Possibly now Rocket League for Xbox One.
Awesome.
That'd be huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rocket League is probably one of the biggest success stories of the year, like one of the out of left field. I mean, I previewed the game and I was like, no one's going to care about this. And then it helped that it came out, the month it came out, it was free on PlayStation Plus, which I hope if it comes to Xbox One, that would be a similar
That's
thing.
what I was going to say. It's just going to look bad if it comes out as a $15 or $20 game. It's just going to be another, Microsoft. It's just going to be the same,
Garbage
crap.
rhetoric.
Yeah.
Does it cost now on PlayStation? PlayStation?
Yeah, it was
or-
just free for a month. It's $10 now or whatever, 15.
And
Yeah,
that's
I
how
was
it
gonna
took
say,
off.
like, knowing how popular and good it is, like, I wouldn't have a problem paying $5 or $10 for it if it did.
Oh, no, totally. It's just, it would be that perception.
Yeah, it's not that
thing.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
Not that it isn't worth it, I should
Yeah.
say.
But yeah, I mean, this is a game that's like it's huge on Reddit. It's huge because it's like very simple gameplay mechanics, but very elegant ones, and they're really fun and kind of nuanced. There's no single player as far as I'm aware, right? It's one of those. It's that whole, if your gameplay mechanics are really, really good, you're not getting half a game with a multiplayer only game, and this is indicative of that. It's super fun.
Well, it's also not $60.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, but the game's huge. And, I mean, kudos to, it's always awesome to see small developers, shine.
Absolutely.
Yep.
More games coming to Xbox One is always
Always a
great
good
news.
thing, especially good games.
All games for everyone.
Destin Legary, I'm going to go your way.
Yes, sir.
What can we spend our money on this week?
Rainbow Six Siege and Just Cause 3. Just Cause 3 on console seems to have some pretty bad loading times, but it's really fun. If you have a PC, you can get it on Windows, and it runs great. Rainbow
if
Six
you've got-
Siege,
if
we
you've got
talked
a
about
machine
it.
It's got
capable.
some real bad load times.
Yeah, I've heard it's really bad.
It's worse than Fallout, worse than Bloodborne.
Yeah,
I heard it was 15 minutes at some points.
yeah. So kind of be cautious about
That's
that
a
on
load
console.
crime.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, yeah.
Legally, they're going to be arrested.
Yeah.
the fine folks in Sweden are having their doors broken.
Yeah. Rainbow Six Siege, Ryan and I are liking it. Your full review is going to be up soon.
Yeah, possibly by the time you hear this, but very soon.
Yeah.
Thursday.
Digital, we have Kung Fu Panda, Shadow of the Legendary Showdown of Legendary Legends. I see what they did there.
$50,
$50.
But that has a free trial.
Can we talk about what is happening underneath this?
Yeah.
Handball 16, $60.
Well, I understand if I haven't played the first 15 handballs.
That's a real thing. That is even more impressive than like the cricket game that comes out every year.
I don't even know what handball is.
How do
You
you,
don't know what
spend
handball is?
I don't think so. Is that just
$60
baseball?
on something like that?
It's like wall ball. You and another person like a concrete wall.
How
There's
is
like
that
a line.
a video game? I mean, I guess if Rockstar was able to make
I don't know,
ping
Destin,
pong
can you draw us up a design document for what that game is?
Oh man,
Yeah.
I want Superman to play wall ball.
It's just
He
tennis,
just
but you
hurls balls at people.
well, handball is probably just tennis, but you throw a ball around.
Instead
If
of
you're probably overthinking it. I don't know what the sport of handball is, but I'm sure it's just.
I honestly think it's like football.
I think you grab a ball and you throw it at a wall and you kind of slap it back and forth.
Yes,
a
that's
better
what
way-
that's what I said.
Yeah.
And these guys, nobody's listening to us.
No, I heard you. Wall ball.
a better way to spend $60 is to burn it.
Yeah,
Or
not worth.
see-
What if
Star
handball
Wars
16 is like
6
the
times.
sports game of the year?
It's the Pool Nation FX or whatever the hell that game was. Shout out to Pool Nation.
Oh,
December Games with Gold: The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, Thief on Xbox One, Castle Storm and Sacred 3 on 360, and bonus Operation Flashpoint, Dragon Rising, the 16th
And,
until the
And once again,
31st.
all the 360 games this point forward are backwards compatible on
And
Xbox One.
Operation Flashpoint is the probably the best game in this group.
Does that
I got
have actual
opinion.
dragons?
I gotta trigger that.
Not that I'm not as I recall it.
All right, that's a
it's
bummer.
a simulation kind of shooter. So
This whole halfway through the month thing is weird.
I don't get it.
don't
It
like
is odd.
Yeah, just give it to me for a month, man.
Let's
Or make
go
both
calendar
games
by
Yeah, it is a month. It's just a
available for
weird.
month.
Yeah, calendar month. We're
All
simple.
right, good stuff. We'll come right back. Finally, I love that I came in this week. The planner's only 2 pages. Usually it's 3, sometimes 4. And here we are at the 80-minute mark of the show.
Hey, Beyond is going to be late this week because I'm not out there to publish it. So that's how much I love Unlocked.
Aw, thanks, Marty.
Boom.
Suck it, PlayStation. Listen to Podcast Beyond every Wednesday at 1 o'clock. Except today because it's late.
Except today. All right, we'll come right
today,
back,
'cause
do a
I'm
little
here.
trivia. We're going to get Mitch on the phone.
No!
Yes.
Come on.
So we'll be right back right after this. All right, Mitch Dyer is live from Canada.
Hey, Mitch, what's up?
You did
The
it.
first ever international show we've ever done.
That's true. We're playing Unlock Block Trivia for the Dookie Trophy. You and Destin are tied. We've got a good question this week. This one totally stumped me, Mitch,
knows
I gotta
it.
say. So we'll see how you guys do.
This does not bode well for me then.
Well, okay, has everybody in the room written their answer down yet?
Yeah, I got
No.
mine.
Mitch
I
doesn't
haven't.
have the privilege.
I'm a
I don't even
broken.
know what the question is.
I'm a
Yeah,
broken human being, and I know what the answer is.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
I don't know why.
I played this game and I still had no idea.
Can you
who
play a
this
song
character
to
was.
answer it again?
I couldn't even guess. All right, so our winner is Christian Turnbaugh, who's going to get himself. We got donated a ton of copies from all of you guys, the listeners, copies of Gears 3, Judgment, all the now free to
Gearses.
backwards compatible Gears games. So I've got those to hand out. If you've missed a Gears of War over the years and you win, let me know and I will hook you up with a code for that game. And Mitch, the question is this. What was the name of the lead character in Capcom's Lost Planet Extreme Condition, which was, of course, the first game? Lost Planet 1, was it Wayne Holden, Josh Stone, Brad Garrison, or Nathan Spencer? So I'm going to let you think about that. Everybody else here, I think, you guys wrote
Yeah.
everything down, right?
I wrote
So-
This is a
mine
good
down.
question. I like this one.
yeah, this is good. So again, Christian has won a copy of a Gears of War game, which you can do too if you send in your Xbox trivia question along with 4 multiple choice answers. Note the correct one in your email and send it to unlocked@ign.com. What do you think, Mitch?
Oh, I'm going for. Oh, they wrote theirs down. Okay. So I vaguely remember this game having a character with a really dumb name. Also, I'm pretty sure he was based on like a Korean pop star. So I'm going with A. Wayne Holden.
Okay.
Okay.
So Sean, what did you write down?
I also wrote down A. Wayne Holden. I played this game. I liked it. Have no clue what the guy's name was.
I'm in the same boat as you.
Yeah.
Played the game, and I was like, I don't remember this at all.
Not at all.
I verified the answer. That's how little I knew. I was like, is he even?
Yeah,
is
are
the
any
reader-
of
is the
these
listener
right?
Just
Yeah.
pulling my leg. Like, nope. Okay. Marty.
Do you remember the
Wait,
main
Dustin's
character
gotta go
of Modern
first, 'cause I'm-
Classic
I do?
Lost Planet?
Oh, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
So I said Nathan Spencer. I'm a little worried I confused him with Rad Spencer.
You 100%. Nathan Spencer's the dude in Bionic Commando whose arm
Yeah.
is his wife.
Wife arm.
Okay.
He's on
yeah.
a wife
Darn
arm.
it. I thought that might be it.
Marty.
Mitch, you are correct.
No.
Finnegan is correct too.
Also, can we talk about the fact,
Destin?
is Wayne Holden a Korean pop star?
No, I
Might
think
be.
it was his face. I think they used the Korean pop star's face.
Oh, was it Rain?
And then they named him Wayne because it's a really cool name for a dude.
I just remember because I think it's the only video game character ever who's named Wayne because that's a real dumb name. Shout out to all the Waynes out there.
Well, wouldn't there be someone in Bully named Wayne?
Oh, there's probably someone
there was
bullying
a
named
Wayne
Wayne.
in Bully.
It's only
Yeah.
cool if it's a last name.
All right, Mitch, we'll let you get back to your vacation, but you have taken the lead. You're not even here. You're not even
You're
here.
coming back, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to win from Canada, are you?
First place.
No, he's
All
back.
right.
I think we have
Good.
2 more shows, 2 more opportunities after this one, destined for you to tie it up.
All right.
Or Mitch to clinch it, one or the other.
Yeah, oh my god, I only have to get one more right to win.
Pretty much. Yeah, your magic number. That's what we call in baseball. Your magic number is 1, Mitch.
Or we just tie the rest of them.
All right, Mitch, have a good vacation. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Bye.
Bye, Mitch.
Bye, friends.
Bye. All right.
Damn.
Might have been the
I would have
best-
got it wrong anyway.
the best
so,
unlock
yeah.
block segment ever right there. So great job to everybody but Destin. And me. I got it wrong too. I would never. I even looked at. I was like, I don't even know what to guess. Except I know it's not Nathan Spencer. So yeah, I was just like, I don't even know. So Christian Turnbaugh.
Thanks
great
a lot,
job, man.
Christian.
Again, send your trivia question. We'll play again next week. And let's go home, please.
Just-
Yeah.
By go home, we mean to have to work for another 6 hours.
I'm at DMC Ryan, DMC_Ryan on Twitter. I have some T-shirts for sale that you might like that are video game / geek inspired. The link to that is in my Twitter profile if you'd be so kind as to take a look. Also, if you like Teslas, if you're interested in those, I started a podcast all about those that runs every week called Ride the Lightning. Look that up. And the other big one, Hot Games of 2016. That's our IGN first for December.
Yeah.
We did this for 2015. We're doing it again for 2016. We're looking at a whole bunch of 2016 games, one a day. They'll be kind of spaced out. They're actually going to be mostly every day, but not this, starting next week. So we got today's up is, Marty, you did a very interesting Resident Evil 0 HD thing.
Yeah, so in Resident Evil 0 HD, you can, for the first time ever, play as Wesker, who has scary Super Saiyan powers where his eyes glow and then zombies' heads explode. And we blew up a whole bunch of zombie heads and put them all in a nice little montage.
That is fantastic. Yeah. And then, again, I'll be finishing up the Rainbow Six Siege review. I'd kindly ask you to check that out on whatever, video, written, both, YouTube, apps, etc., wherever we are. It will be. Marty, I will kick it to you.
You can follow me at McBiggity with 2 G's and 2 T's. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm also on Podcast Beyond, which is our PlayStation podcast. And this week we had Alana Pierce on, who is our newest editor. And she was incredible. So listen to that.
Love it. Sean.
Follow me at I'm Finnegan on Twitter and check me out on Fireteam Chat, which goes up on Fridays. That's IGN's Destiny podcast hosted by our very own Pride of the Sunset, Destiny.
Hi, everybody.
Legary.
You don't even live in the sunset anymore, do you?
No, I haven't for a long time.
Yeah. And add me up on Xbox Live, Finnegan Space. I'm playing a lot of Destiny and a lot of Halo, and I always need people to join me in that endeavor.
Fantastic.
Have
Destin,
a
take
mic,
us home.
be good.
Yeah. At Destin Legary. So I'm doing the top 6 Rainbow Six Siege kills, which goes up once a week. I am working on the top follow-up mods. That launches once a week on Thursdays. Oh my God, tomorrow's Thursday.
Yes.
And follow me on Twitter at Destin Legary. I also do Fallout Face Off, where we have things fight in Fallout. It's a little fun series. That
It
we get
is
to do
really
here.
good. And you almost break the game by having too much stuff on screen at once.
Yeah, that was actually just stuff we did for IGN Plays. We have all these clips where we spawn 50 cents in the beginning of the game, and we just break Fallout by doing
Spawn
silly
50
things.
Cent? Curtis
Synths.
Jackson? Oh.
Synths.
I should probably
Yeah.
play Fallout.
Yeah.
There's so much blood on the sand right now, you guys.
Also, if you're in town this weekend for PSX, we're going to be running around working all
say
weekend.
hello to
True.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're at
Say hi.
PSX, say hello. I will be there
Most
myself.
of us are going to be there Saturday. Doing
Yeah,
stuff,
I might
so.
actually interview you if you're actually there. So, yeah, say
Boom.
hi.
Me?
Me.
Me?
Me? You're going to interview me?
Me.
I'm
You
sure
interview me?
if you want to.
Oh,
Yeah.
No.
All right.
You can talk to me all the time.
All right.
That'll be fun times.
Yeah.
PlayStation VR is the thing I'm most curious about.
Yeah, it
Because
should be a cool
I
show.
am totally fascinated by VR, and I want to. I hope that the once upon a time Morpheus is a good
Yeah.
VR thing.
And
So
Spooky.
I've heard everybody has to play The Kitchen. I think it's called The Kitchen.
Real spooky.
Yeah, play
Real
that.
spooky.
Play
Yeah.
that.
Also,
Scary game.
we're going to
about
be live streaming the keynote at the keynote starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time Saturday morning. There's going to be a pre and a post show that you might be on.
I think I'm a part of that. Yeah.
And check it out. And yeah, even if you don't own a PS4, there's going to be plenty of third-party stuff.
And that
we'll
also
care about.
reminds me, we talked a ton about the Game Awards
Yeah.
at the beginning of the show. You can watch that on IGN. That's the easiest place. So just go to any of our places, IGN.com, apps, etc., and watch the
6
Game
p.m.
Awards
Thursday
live.
night.
Yes, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 Eastern on Thursday. For the Shark, Marty, and Destin, my name's Ryan. We'll see you guys, and Mitch on the phone. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.